Hello, guys. A very warm welcome, and it's so beautiful to connect back after quite a break that I've taken. So I hope you all had a lovely weekend, and I'm back again. So due to health, I was not keeping well, so I had to miss a few sessions. So sorry for that. And yeah, the weather is such. I think we all are falling ill because of this cold and the common things, right? So yeah. So, guys, welcome back. And yes, we are connecting back on another live session on PlanetSpark. And this is Debate Vertical, and we have been having lovely journey. I think learning a lot of things about debate, having in-depth, exploration about debate skills and also the sub skills that we get to develop alongside. So we have been seeing a lot of things, and last session I think we stopped with confidence building with debate. So today I'm going to do a little more extension of that, but more towards the internal journey that is self confidence, right? How important it is for us to build self confidence, and how that will help us to uh, deliver well in debate, right? So yes, so that's a small intro to our topic today. So it's self-confidence and debate activities. So, we have discussed a lot of debate activities already. I'm going to introduce another new activity for us today, and let's get into the session now. Okay, great. So what do you see in today's episode? So today's episode is lined up something like this. We have a kick starting of the day with a beautiful quote as usual. And then we're moving on to GK hour. And then we have topic of the day that is self-confidence activities, how we can actually build self-confidence. We have been dealing with confidence building that is more of the external ways, right? So we dealt with how we can build confidence by calming down before a debate, developing debate skills, right? So that's what we saw in our last episode. But today we are going to look at the intrinsic qualities, how we can build confidence, that is self-confidence from internal, right? So that's what we are going to look at, self-confidence. And then we have meeting house debates and problem solving debates activity. So this is a beautiful technique again. I hope you all have tried the other activities that I've shared with you. That's fishbowl activity and think pair share activity, four corner activity, right? So I'm introducing to you all another activity, how you can actually explore debate and practice debate in a fun way. So we have meeting house debate or problem solving debate activity in our second uh, half of this session. So yes, in between we do have this or that and GK hour as usual. So let's explore more about world around us, right? So we have test your knowledge and take back home as usual. Okay, so I think we are all good to get into our quote of the day. So what is the quote of the day? Sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. Paul Turner. Very apt, I think this quote has been very apt for our topic today, that is self confidence. So I think this is what exactly it means. Um, Sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. So self confidence is all about believing in within, right? That yes, I am capable. I think that's what self confidence is all about. And this proverb, this quote, sums it up. What self confidence means and what it can do, right? So sooner or later, those who win are those who can, who think they can, right? The first step to really believe that yes, we can do this, right? So I think coincidentally, we have a beautiful quote that is in line with the topic of our day. The topic for this discussion is self confidence, and I think this quote speaks it all. So, yes, with that beautiful quote, I think we had a very beautiful start. Now, getting into our GK trivia round, right? Okay. So, in which of the following climates pine trees are grown? So, wet deciduous, coniferous, tundra, or monsoon? In which of the following climates pine trees grow well? So, we do have options. We have wet deciduous, coniferous, tundra, or monsoon? What do you think, guys? In which of the following climates pine trees grow best? Which is well suited for pine trees? Let's go back to our geography class. Yes, let's get try to recall if we can, recall about pine trees and its climate, suitable conditions for pine trees to grow. Okay, you can take a random guess as well. It's also a part of building self-confidence. Okay, exploring the answer now. Coniferous, right? So that's the apt, climate conditions which in which pine trees are grown. Okay. Uranus takes how long to revolve around the sun? How many years does Uranus take to revolve around the sun? 36 years, 56 years, 76 years, or 84 years? How many years does Uranus takes to revolve around the sun? One round to go around the sun. What do you think, guys? Which, like, how many long years? 36, 56, 76, or 84? Wild guess also works. Okay, let's see the answer. It's 84 years, 84 long years. It takes 84 long years for Uranus to take one round around the sun, to go around the sun, right? So that many years. Amazing. So vast it is. It just makes me wonder like how vast the universe is. Okay, getting on. 180-degree longitude is also known as. What's the another name for 180-degree longitude? Is it Arctic Circle, or is it International Dateline, or is it the Great Circle, or Equator? What is it called? 180-degree longitude. Someone who's very good in Atlas, who finds it amazing to explore Atlas. I think they'll um, be ready to answer this. I have explored Atlas in school days. After that, I've never touched Atlas. Okay, so it's time for us to learn together then again. So it is also called the International Date Line. So the 180-degree longitude is also known as the International Date Line. Okay. The last one, among among fog, hail, snowfall, and rain, all are forms of precipitation except one. Among these four, everything is precipitation form, but except one. Which is that? Which doesn't fall under the precipitation category? Is it fog, snowfall, rain, or none of the above? Satyam Patil, he did say it rightly. It is international dateline. Wow, beautiful. Okay, we have all the next answer coming in as well. He says Satyam Patil again says it's fog. Okay, should we actually look at the answer? Right. Okay. Exactly. That's amazing. Kudos, kudos. It is right. So great, Satyam Patil. Welcome. I'm so happy to have you all joining in this live, session which is happening about debate. But yes, we have done a many series and sessions on debate, and today we are exploring about self confidence. What is the importance of self confidence? And in our second half of this session, we're also exploring another debate activity. So this is just a continuation of our last session that we had on Thursday, I guess. So yes, we just introduced about confidence, and now we're moving on to importance of self-confidence. So guys, tell me, what do you mean by self-confidence? Thank you, Satyam. So yes, Satyam, if you can tell me what is self-confidence according to you in one word, one phrase, if you can just share what, according to you, is self confidence. And how do you practice self confidence, guys? Everyone who is watching, it will be lovely to share your ideas of building self confidence as well. So, yeah. So see, we, as I told you, we did deal with building confidence in the previous session. That was more of how do you build confidence by getting prepared externally, right? So the topics were, I mean, the points that we discussed were something like, how to calm down ourselves before going to debate. It's another thing which is like, coming from external preparation, right? You're calming down yourself to build confidence. And then we also looked at another way of, building confidence, that is by preparing debate topic very well, by being well prepared, that, building skills, debate skills. So that is another way of building confidence. But this is all coming from external preparation. But today we are looking at the other side of it, that is internal. Internally, how you can build confidence, right? So yes, let's define self-confidence. So self-confidence is a person's belief or trust in their own ability. So that's why I was telling you guys that today's quote, somehow, let me just read that quote again, has been like, very aptly put here. Just a coincidence, but very well, it's going very well with the topic. Sooner or later, those who win are those who think they can. So this is exactly what, a simple definition of self-confidence also says. It is person's belief or trust in their own ability, that yes, I can, right? It's that word, that I, the belief of I can. That's self-confidence, right? So let's look at some of the ways that we can actually build the self-confidence in us, so that it really becomes so much different when you're presenting anything, in front of how many ever people. It doesn't matter. Once the self-confidence is in line, this is a slow process, but it's a continuous process that we need to be in. That immersion is required. So I'm going to give you some of the tips and activities where we can, use to build this self-confidence. Okay. So first activity, some of them, yes, I have been practicing and it has been wonderful, right? So I will give you a list of things and let me see how many of you are actually doing some of these, activities and some of these ways to increase our, boost our self confidence every day. Yeah. So letter to yourself. You can write a letter to yourself. You can also do transforming negative self-talk activity. You can get involved in these kind of things. Certificate of recognition. This is all something that you can do for yourself, so that our self-confidence can improve, right? So we have gratitude journal. We can maintain a gratitude journal. That's another beautiful way to improve our self-confidence, guys. And goals journey. So goals journal is another journal that we can, maintain to note down our goals journey, how it has been, how many milestones are we crossing, right? So then we have cooperative board games activity, achievements collage, I I am activity, and practicing yoga. So sorry, guys. Okay. So the first one is letter to yourself. So how we can use this, right, to actually improve our self confidence? Let's look into that. So I let me have a response in comment section if someone is already practicing this, writing a letter to yourself so that you can actually increase your self confidence. And if you are practicing this, do let us know in the comment section. That will be an inspiration for someone else to actually start doing that, right? So this is how we grow together. So yes, I used to actually write, and I have been writing. This is nothing but understanding and accepting ourselves, and that is the key to develop self-esteem, right? So, what letters, how letter writing to ourselves helps is that it is a way of actually understanding and accepting ourselves for the way we are and how we are, and that will let us know the steps to take forward so that we can improve ourselves. And this is all starting with developing our self-esteem. How do we develop our self-esteem? Trying to recognize the things that we can actually do well, to trying to even recognize where we lack, right? All these things, acceptance of both the ends, right? That is what helps us to actually develop our self-esteem, right? So this way is a letter to yourself. Writing a letter to yourself is a beautiful way to actually start accepting ourselves and understanding actually where we are and what are our positives or where do we need to work on, right? All these things goes in our letter which we write to ourselves, right, for ourselves. We do write we do write to people, right, about maybe to our sister, maybe to our colleagues. We do write and appreciate them, right, for the things that uh, they are doing good. We do appreciate them. Why don't we take some time and appreciate ourselves as well, right? And through writing a letter to ourselves, we can beautifully do that, right? So yes, uh, Satya Patel self-esteem, right? So I believe that you are trying to understand what self-esteem means. So Satyam Patel, it's nothing but when we can um, appreciate ourselves and recognize ourselves in a positive direction and accept for who we are. That's building our self-esteem. Self-esteem is nothing but recognizing ourselves for the good things, bad things, and to accept ourselves in the way we are and to work from there how we can reach to better heights, right? So that's what actually our uh, self-esteem means. Okay, so next one, moving on, we have transforming negative self-talk activity. Transforming negative self-activity. So that's another beautiful way. Um, so sorry, guys. There was a small interruption in my battery. There was a quick discharge unexpectedly. So sorry about that. Okay. So yes, transforming negative self-talk activity. So learning to recognize what triggers negative self-talk and how to reframe these thoughts positively. So that's to understand how we can actually kind of reorganize our sentence structuring. So being assertive, being actually framing sentences with positive words instead of putting negative words. So thoughts are very very powerful. The selection of words is very very important. So learning to recognize what is triggering that negative self-talk, that I'm not good, I'm useless, right? If you see all these phrases, it's actually triggering a lot of negativism, right? And that will take up a lot of our energy, and a lot of energy meaning that we can't focus on the good and the best version of ourselves. Rather, we are trying to focus on our not so good, self of ourselves. So, how do we actually recognize what is triggering these kind of negative self-talk? First step, and how to reframe these thoughts positively, right? So, this is where we need to work to actually help build our self-confidence. Now, this can be done by dividing a paper into two columns, one with positive thoughts and one with negative thoughts to start with. So you will see for yourself beautifully like how many things actually you will get in your positive list and how many things are you going to get in your negative list. And that will show us the state of our mind. and how we're seeing ourselves, right? To start with, we can start with this simple activity: write positive thoughts and negative thoughts in a paper, divide it into two columns, and write it in two columns. And from there, your journey starts. So this will help you to first recognize what is what is it that is triggering these kind of self-talk. As I told you, that I'm not good, I'm useless, I can't do anything well, right? All these kind of self negative self-talk. Where is it stemming from? We need to recognize that, and then we need to reframe that. Like, how do you reframe it into positive, in a positive way? How can you reframe? I know that I'm not so I know that I am capable to do better, right? So this is a way to reframe it. I know I am capable to do better, right? So this is more positive, isn't it? So this is how we need to work on how we are talking to ourselves, right? How do we look see ourselves? How do we see ourselves, right? Certificate of recognition. A certificate of recognition, or some sort of reward to be given for completing small goals and celebrate accomplishments, right? A certificate of recognition or some sort of rewards to be given for completing small goals and celebrate accomplishments. Even small, tiny steps, a positive, in a positive direction. When you are taking those small steps, you need to recognize them and you need to celebrate them, because we I'm sure that we always fall back very quickly when we have one small negative thing that happens, and we kind of fall into it so deep, and we keep thinking about it again and again. Why don't we do it for the positive things? Even a small step, like for example, if you have taken a step to come and watch today's live session, that itself is a positive, one positive step towards reaching a bigger goal. So you need to celebrate even this small accomplishment, that yes, I have made it for this live session today. So that's the step towards the bigger goal of becoming a good confident public speaker, right? So recognize small acts of accomplishments and try to celebrate them. That will give us more positivity. Gratitude journal. Oh my God, this is something that I really like love to do, and I have seen children who have been doing this gratitude journal. They have a completely different kind of a vibration, positive vibes, and energy that they come in. Where even if they have to ask some doubts, even if they want to express themselves, they have literally nothing that they can stop them from, right? Because they see even some of the mistakes that they can do, they look at it in a positive direction, that that is a stepping stone for them to learn something new. That is how they look at it. So gratitude journal is a beautiful way to actually say thank you to beyond not just positive, but every small thing around us. The opportunity given for being part of this live session, I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that I am able to interact with so many children across the world. I'm thankful. Now, when you keep actually building your gratitude journal, automatically you become connected and you feel one with everything that you see around, right? So that's the secret, guys. So maintain a gratitude journal. Nothing is like too small or nothing is too big, right? When you have to say thank you, it's equal. For every small and big thing, gratitude is very powerful word and important. So, intentionally noticing the positive in others and in the world helps children. I would like to even say everyone, not just children, all of us, helps all of us to notice good in themselves or ourselves too, right? So, intentionally noticing the positive in others and in the world helps each one of us to notice the good in ourselves as well, right? When you connect the good in outside, you automatically connect to the good within you as well. So that's another very nice activity that you can start with. So this can be done by asking each of your friends for three things that they are grateful for, and then kind of discuss about it. Why do you think, like, if some, you can ask your friend, can you tell me today at this point of time, what are you grateful for? Just tell me three things, right? So it can be like, we can actually do it quickly even here in the comment section. You can tell me what are the three things that you are grateful for today at this moment. I'm so grateful that there is power in this room right now, and there is charge. I'm able to charge my laptop. So thank you for the power that is there here, and I'm very thankful for my sister, and I'm very thankful for my niece who is here because he makes me really laugh and forget a lot of you know. If at all I'm in a bad mood, he helps me to come out of it. So small things, right? Small things when you start actually noting down, you feel that you're so blessed. You're so blessed, right? So that's and that will help you to like feel really confident. Okay. Next one, goals journey. Setting and achieving goals is a major confidence boost for students and all of it, and for all ages across, right? You need to uh, set a goal and achieve that goal. So whenever you have set a goal and you were able to achieve that goal, put it in this goals journal. After like maybe 1 week or 1 month, you can take stock and you can see how many goals you have achieved. That helps you to again uh, connect your, increasing your self-confidence that you are capable of achieving so many things, right? Take a piece of paper, write down your goals, details about it, obstacles that may occur, and towards the end, track your progress, right? So this is how you can actually maintain your journal, goals journal, right? So what you have to do is very simple. Take a piece of paper, write down your goal. Maybe the goal can be, I will attend this session continuously for the next 3 days. That can be a small goal that you can write down. Write details about it, like why do you want to attend this session, right? And try to write the obstacles that might stop you from attending this session for the next 3 days, right? And see how it goes. Towards the end of the 3 days, track your progress. You can actually small with this small, uh, such small goals, right? And once you keep accomplishing and ticking those, box that I have accomplished this goal, it's kind of so beautiful for your brain to receive that I am capable of doing so many things, and that helps you to build your self confidence again, right? So it's all coming from within. Just remember all these things when you're doing it is coming from within, and something that is coming from within stays longer, guys. Okay, always the inwards out journey is more powerful than something coming from outward. That's why I'm bringing this topic, self confidence. So last session we dealt with just confidence building, which is from external point of view, that is getting prepared with the topic well, calming down yourself before going into the debate. All this coming from external side, but I want my um, viewers, my children, my students to get in touch with something which is more powerful, that is internal way, internal side, right? So okay. With this, we will go to the next slide, that is cooperative board games. Now, cooperative board games are another beautiful way to build our self confidence. So, this is again done in a simple way. Let's just see how this can be done. So, positive experiences with activities like cooperative board games encourage more cooperation in future. So, this will also give us this uh, connection that I'm not alone, right? Every one of us have something to learn. When you start engaging in more cooperative board games, it gives you this connection in your brain that all of us are here to learn and support each other and grow together. So so try to involve more in cooperative board games, okay, and that will encourage more and more cooperation. Okay, when you know that you're not alone, that itself gives you so much of again boost of energy. So yes. Next one is achievements collage. An achievements collage helps in recognizing the capabilities and talents of the student. A collage of all the wins with pictures and magazine cutouts should be made. a collage of all the wins with pictures and magazine cutouts should be made. So here, what you try to do is you can actually try to make a collage of all your achievements. Maybe a small goal that you have set and you have accomplished. Maybe someone can click a picture and have that, um, and you can make that into a beautiful collage and put up that in front of your room, or where you can see that collage every day. So that also helps you to make that connection that wow, I'm able to achieve so many things, and next goal that you have set for yourself, it says that it is not a big thing, I can achieve in this. So that's the kind of positivity that gives you, that it can bring, right? Always having uh, that in front of you, all the achievements that you made. I am actively, intentionally noticing the positive in others and in the world helps boost satisfaction and positivity. A mind map is to be made with your name in the center, branching into how you define yourself. So, mind map is one which we introduced, and it was a beautiful tool for us to uh, gather a lot of information. I kept telling, why don't we use mind map to gather information about ourselves as well, right? So you can use mind map to understand more about oneself. So you just have to have your name in the center and try to bring in as many branches as possible. So basically to define yourself, right? Trying to define what I do good, trying to actually define what is good in you, what is bad in you, or what are the things that you can improve. Everything that you can actually write out in your mind map, and so that gives you what you are made up of, holistic, right? So, what are my interests? What am I good at? So, what are the things that I can share with others? All of these things can be put in your mind map. Last one, but it is very useful. It is practice yoga, strengthening the mind body connection, getting active, and increasing the flow of happy hormones leads to positive feelings and improved self esteem. So, this has been proved again and again. It's a connection, it's a um, mind, body, and soul, everything, right? It has to be in one thread, it has to be in one uh, balanced a balanced way. So that will actually help us to have good connection within ourselves, right? So uh, practice yoga. One, it has been very useful, and it is also very useful in all the three levels, as I told you: mind, body, and soul. Meaning, just maybe you'll get that peacefulness, right? So yes, so definitely good for body because. When you are in good health, good shape, automatically you feel confident. So that's another way of building our self confidence as well. Being fit in both mind and body, right? So yes, okay. So yes, these were some of the activities to build our self-confidence, and as I told you, this is important so that we can actually um, have a longer, impact. So as I told you, this is an inside-out journey. So when you can build self-confidence, everything changes. The whole game changes, right? So you need to actually feel this one. Once you feel this, I'm sure that you will definitely not compromise on um, self confidence. How to build self confidence, how to maintain self confidence. I'm sure that you will not miss out on that. So yes, do try all of these activities to increase our self confidence. And moving on, we have this or that. So, if you are given a choice between a red nose or red eyes, what would you choose? If you were given a choice to have a red nose or red eyes, what would you choose? Um, I think red nose. I'm reminded of a Christmas, carol as right now. Red nose reindeer, something like that. So, yes. The next one, be all alone in the desert or in the jungle. What would you do? Would you like to be left all alone in the desert or in the jungle? Okay, I think I would choose jungle. I would like to have life around than being in the desert. So I would definitely choose jungle. Dye your hair 10 different colors or cut all of your hair off. Okay, difficult choice for me. Dye your hair 10 different colors or cut all of your hair. What would you do? I kind of don't take this. It's very difficult for me to choose. Okay, I think dyeing hair 10 different colors is still fine for me. Uh, cut all cut all of your hair off. No, that is something. No, I have choice. I can choose what colors I want to color, and I can still make it, fine, look better. Okay. The last one for us, wings or a mermaid tail. What would you choose? I'm sure that you guys should know my choice already. Definitely all the time flying. So I would choose wings. I would definitely like to have wings. Okay. Great, guys. So that was really nice, amazing, out of the box thinking questions. Again, to keep in touch with our creativity. Yes. So, guys, today I'm going to introduce to you all a new debate activity. So, this is very simple. So, it is called, as it's mentioned, um, problem solving debates, right? Problem solving debates. So, in a meeting house debate, each team makes an opening argument. The class is then given the opportunity to question each side. These are variations of the Lincoln Douglas debate model that we actually chose. We actually spoke about different types of debates, different models of debate that exist, and this is one of the variation of Lincoln Douglas debate model that we discussed. And here, what happens is each one makes an opening argument first, and then the class is given the opportunity to question each side. But how is it different? What's unique about this activity is that the professor serves as a moderator, ensuring that each side gets an equal amount of time to argue. First of all, the moderator ensures that each side gets exact equal amount of time to argue in order to encourage more class participation and limit certain students from dominating the questioning. The professor could assign cards to each student. So you need to have like maybe two cards to each person. You can distribute two cards to each person and allow them to use those cards. And how do they use those cards to maintain the time limit is this. After each question, the questioner has to give up one card. Once a student is out of card, he or she cannot ask another question until all other students run out of cards. So this is maintaining equal distribution of time, equal distribution of questioning, everything. So what we do is very simple. First person talks out and he speaks, and the other party is ready to question. But when the other team is ready to question, they will be having cards, right? Each team will be given first number of cards, maybe two cards for each of them. That means each of them can ask only two questions. And every time they ask a question, they have to give up a card. They have to give a card and then ask a question. So once they have run out of the cards, they're no more, in power to ask any more questions unless and until everyone has run out of those two cards given. So that means everyone gets equal chance to ask equal number of questions, right? So this will actually help us to maintain that the track of how many questions have been asked by each person, right? There's a beautiful way to track that. So alternatively, if three cards are assigned, a questioner that has two cards remaining may be limited from asking another question until everyone else in the class has only two cards. So first, everyone gets to ask one round of questions. If, for example, you have given three cards to everyone, each person gets to ask one question first, and that means he gives up one card. The other person also does the same thing. He gives up another his card, one card, right? So unless everyone has got one chance to ask one question, that the same person cannot repeat or ask another question, right? Everyone has to get a chance, and then they come back in another circle to ask the second round of questions. So this is how our uh, you know um, meeting house debate or problem solving debate works. Okay, so open argument style. The class is given, whole class is given opportunity to question each side. So on each side, they will be given equal opportunities. Every time they are going to ask a question, they have to give up one card, which is given to assign to each of them. And once they have run out of all the cards, that's when they stop. They no longer can ask any more questions unless and until everyone has got a chance and they still have time to ask another question. Okay. Okay. So test your knowledge time. So before that, I think we should just go look into the details what we did today. So this is a brief recap. So today we looked into different ways to build self-confidence. As I told you, self-confidence building is a inside-out journey, and that's a longer journey that we can have, right? So we can actually do better things when we have inside-out journey rather than outside in, right? Outward in. So let's just read through all the activities that I introduced to build self-confidence. It is, by the way, self-confidence is nothing but it's just a belief. Self-confidence is a person's belief or trust in our own ability. First, we need to trust ourselves that yes, we can, right? And how do we build this self-confidence? Letter writing to yourself. Write a letter to yourself. Transforming negative self-talk method. A certificate of recognition method, gratitude journal, goals journal maintaining, cooperative board games, achievement collage, I am capable activity. What are you made of, and what are your positive, negatives, the areas of improvement, everything about you, right? Making a mind map and writing about what I am, right? So that is an activity to understand ourselves better and practicing yoga, right? So these are the different activities that we can involve ourselves to build confidence, right? With this small recap, now we're moving on to our test of knowledge. I think now we are ready. Yoga helps in the release of happy hormones. Yes or no? It's called oxytocin, dopamine. Yes, it does. It really does. Transforming negative thoughts to positive is which activity? In what activity did we see this? Transforming negative thoughts. It's a way of building self-confidence, definitely. Transforming negative self-talk activity. And how do we do that? As I told you, instead of saying that I'm useless, I'm not capable, we can say I definitely am capable to do much better. Now it's such a beautiful, positive way of transforming that same sentence, right? Instead of saying that I'm not capable, just say that probably yes, we're not capable of certain things, but how do we put quote? We can say that definitely I'm capable of improving this better. All positive, right? Okay. Test your knowledge. The next question. Cards are assigned to each student for increasing participation. Is it true or false? Is it to increase participation, or why do we do this card assignment step in our activity that we introduced? Okay. So that each person gets a chance to question in a orderly way. So that's why card assigning is better because each one asks one question, gives out one card, they ask one more question till they run out of their cards, right? So that does increase the students for increasing participation. the last one, these are variations of the LinkedIn Douglas debate model. Yes or no? So the activity that we introduced today in a meeting house debate or problem solving debate is also a variation of Lincoln Douglas debate. That's right. Okay. So Lincoln Douglas debate model, if you don't remember, guys, just a quick recap. So what it means, this was a way of, bringing debate a very long time back between Abraham Lincoln and Douglas. So they were solo people. There was solo debate that was happening between Abraham Lincoln and Douglas, and it happened for many days together. So there was just one person in both the sides. They were putting forth their points, and the audience were asking questions, right? So that's why it is a variation of Lincoln Douglas or Douglas debate model, the problem solving method that we introduced. Yes. So will computers replace teachers in the future? That's a take back home. Maybe this question you can, think and come up with points in all the sorts of tools that I've introduced. Mainly use mind map to bring in a lot of information and use any of the activities form that we've introduced, right? So let's practice with all the tools that we've been discussing so far, and with all keeping in mind how important self-confidence is, also important to bring in the best within ourselves. So with this, guys, with this small suggestion, will computers replace teachers in the future? What is your answer? Or do you say yes or no? Do you want to talk for or against this topic? Decide and get into full-fledged research and try to put it in mind map form. Let the exploration begin. So the follow-up is, what are we going to see next? So we're going to look at emotional intelligence and debate. So what's the link between emotional intelligence and debate? So that's our next topic, in-depth details about emotional intelligence use. How are you using emotional intelligence concept in debate, right? So how is it debate helping for in this direction? So that's what we're going to explore next. And guys, let's catch up like um, 3 days from now, because I'll be on off for the next 3 days. Till then, I want you to all really be in touch and like practice all these things that we have discussed in the past few 20 plus sessions, right? So try to be in touch and practice whenever you find time. And mainly today's topic, self-confidence, is something I encourage everyone of you to pick up one activity from this at least, right? So it's a beautiful journey for lifetime. So with this, guys, let's end this session here. So thank you for being such lovely audiences, guys. Thank you again. It was very nice, really, to be part of this. It's really nice being part of this live session here and getting to interact with so many people across. So, and to see that all of you are here to learn something new, to add something new to your knowledge and to become better people, better selves of us, right? So that's nice. So, guys, with this, I end with our usual saying that I say: be amazing, be awesome, be unique, and be ready to do great things, guys, because you all are the future of the world. So, with this, I take a leave and see you after 3 days, guys, because I'm going to be on off for the next 3 days. Thank you so much. Take care, guys. Bye.